You're listening to Men of Abundance, episode 182. This is Pay It Forward, Aloha Friday. But, yes, I said but, is the line between scarcity and abundance.
Welcome to Men of Abundance, the podcast for those looking to level up their lives by hanging out with some of the greatest leaders and established professionals in our community, living a life of integrity, honor, and the abundance mentality. Prepare to pay it forward with your host, former Army medic turned lifestyle entrepreneur, Wally Carmichael.
Aloha, Men of Abundance. I am Wally Carmichael, your host of the Men of Abundance podcast, the Pay It Forward community. This is where we are developing the mindset to live a life of abundance in family, faith, finances, and fitness. And yes, it is possible. I know because I'm doing it. And many of my guests are as well. And many of the people that I talk to strive to and are doing so in at least 2 to 3 of those 4 core areas: family, faith, finances, and fitness. And you can too. Just listen along, get involved, and above all, take action. So I recently had a conversation with another amazing upcoming guest that you'll hear sometime early or mid-April. And her name is Pamela Gold. So I'm going to go ahead and throw her name out there now. Pamela, thanks for the conversation. Wonderful conversation. And I had a little bit of an epiphany when we were having our conversation. And of course, we were talking about, amongst other things, abundance. And you said a phrase that was basically, yeah, but, I can do this, but, and if, I could do that, but. And of course, Pamela was using that phrase as an example with some of the people that she has conversations with. And as I often do while I'm having these conversations, I'm taking notes. And as Pamela was talking about "yeah, but" and how it affects so many people's ability to do that next thing and have that life of abundance, I wrote down, "but" is the line between scarcity and abundance. And what that means to me is on one side of the line is scarcity. On the other side of the line is abundance and whatever your goals are. And this goes back to those subconscious affirmations that we talk to ourselves all the time. You've heard me say this before, guys, is you're always talking to yourself whether you realize it or not. And this is one of those very powerful affirmations that you tell yourself, and it's a limiting belief. And it looks something like, well, I could go ask for a raise, but, or I could go apply for another job and move to another state and live in a better environment for my kids and have a better school, but, and then after the but comes up with all of these excuses why that probably isn't a good idea. And you continue on to convince yourself of these bad ideas, that it's a bad idea, when in fact, it's probably a scary idea. And Pamela and I talk about fear towards the end of the conversation as well. But it is a scary idea because it's something new and you're putting yourself out of your comfort zone. And all of these limiting beliefs are on the scarcity side of your but. And on the abundance side of your but is what could happen and what most likely will happen. And sadly enough, chances are most of you will never know what's on the abundance side of your but, because that's the hard road to take. That's the path less traveled. And it's fearful. And it's painful at times to pick up your family and relocate to another state, or to do something as simple as getting up off your seat, just standing up and walking to your boss's office and asking for a raise, or sending that email or that letter that you've so carefully crafted over the last couple months and pressing the button to send it to the human resources office. That is difficult. And most of you will not do that because you're afraid of what might happen on the other end. And in this scenario, one of the most terrifying things to get back in return is 2 letters, N-O. No. But here's the thing. If you don't ask, I guarantee you this, if you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. And if you do ask, it's a 50-50 chance, or at least a compromise somewhere in the middle. So it could be no, but if you continue to do this, and this over the next 2 to 3 months, there is not only a pay raise in your future, but there's probably a promotion. Or it could even be, you know what? I've been waiting for you to make an offer. I've been waiting for you to step up and say, I'm worth more than what I'm getting paid right now. I'm worth more than the compensation I'm getting. And get this, compensation's not always in a raise. It's also in benefits. So consider that, guys. That's just a little bit of a side note, isn't being an employee 101. That's free. You can have that all day. So here's the thing, guys. I'm not telling you to completely eliminate but out of your vocabulary, because you should be cautious and you should pay attention to what's on the other side. But what I am telling you to do is to take action. If you find yourself saying, yeah, but, or I could do that but, or I could ask for a raise but, consider what's on the other side of the but. Consider what that but is, and think about it, analyze it, but don't take too long on it. And then, regardless of whatever the but is, take action. Move forward. See what actually is there, because chances are, time and time again, what you think in your mind is on the other side of the but. What you think is a no, what you think is not only no, but for asking that question, you're fired. Chances are what's really on the other side of the but, on the abundance side, is more than what you could imagine. All right, guys, that's all we have for you today. If you would love to get more of this and you'd like to see my Facebook Live videos where I'm having even more deep conversations, and then we're actually having a dialogue and having conversation about some of these subjects and these topics that are just going on in my head that I feel would benefit you throughout your daily activities and your week and your life in general, and family, faith, finances, and fitness, then go become a member of our closed Men of Abundance Facebook group. And you can do that by going to menofabundance.com. Click on the members only tab, and that's where you'll be able to request access into the Men of Abundance community on Facebook. All right, guys, now go out and live your life of abundance and make sure to pay it forward.